Hello, 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 and welcome to Oobledink, Oobledink ASMR, Oobledink ASMR, and today, we'll be doing a nice sort of soft-spoken, chatty video where I will tell you all about my CD, my compact disc collection. Yeah, we'll see. This will probably be multiple parts. But yeah, I have about 7 over here. We'll see how much I ramble, how long I ramble, and then I might do a little more. But anyways, let's just begin. These are not really in any particular order. I would have liked to do them in like chronological order of like when I actually bought them, but I could never ever do that because I have no idea about that order. But I do know the one I got first, and I guess we'll start with that. And it is Homework. I guess the title's actually at the back. Homework by Daft Punk. Their first album. And I got this in high school. It would have been either like late 2015 or sometime in 2016, when I think one of my friends' older sister took our whole like little group to a thrift store, and I had never been to a thrift store before, and I think I got a like navy Scotch and soda cardigan, which I still have, I think, in my cupboard somewhere. And this CD, I had already been a pretty big fan of Daft Punk. Daft Punk is very important to my music loving journey. They were like the first artist who made me want to like listen to a full album, back in 2010, I think, because I watched Tron Legacy with a friend of mine, and I saw like it was heavily advertised that like Daft Punk did the soundtrack, and so that made me curious. And also like this is around the time when I started really getting into like the internet, basically just like reading Wikipedia pages on anything that mildly interested me. So I read up on Daft Punk, and I like recognized like around the world like songs that I had sort of known about by just being like culturally relevant, their biggest songs. And then I listened to actually not this album, it was Discovery, which is the next album, which really got me hooked on them. And also Discovery has like a movie, like an animated kind of movie that goes along with it for every song, and I watched that on YouTube. Like all the music videos have this like narrative flow about aliens, and it's very cool. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Homework. So yes, 1997 I believe it was released, and my favorite track, we will say Da Funk and Fresh probably. But yeah, I think this album in particular, there's a lot of variety. So, I mean, Around the World is obviously a classic, but I don't necessarily want to go for like the most obvious, like most popular tracks on all these albums. I want to go for kind of my personal deep cuts. So, even though The Funk is also a single, but yeah, you have a lot of there are quite a few like really long, or like pure dance tracks, like Rolling and Scratching, or like Rock and Roll, or like Revolution 909. But you also have like Fresh. I mean, it uses like a sample of the beach or the ocean, and it's like very chilled and cool, compared to the other more kind of hardcore dancey tracks. And then Da Funk also, probably part of the reason I love it is because of the music video with the dog person in it. But yeah, Teacher's also very cool. But yeah, Homework by Daft Punk, 1997. I will show you the inside as well, because there are some fun Easter eggs. The actual discs for these are in the thing, in the like CD holder in my car. I am yet to actually play a CD in my car, like truly, but you know, I have them there just in case. Yeah, we have a cool fold out thing with lots of like little Easter eggs and like references to some of the tracks, and then on the inside you have a little picture of the boys unmasked, and then all the credits, and then also all the individual credits for all the songs, and they have their own little pictures. I cannot see, I'm like covering up the screen so I can't actually see, but yeah, every oh, they're actually, are they from the foldout page? I think so. Not all of them. Yeah, I think so. As you can see, all of these little pictures with all the tracks are little snippets from, most of them I think are little snippets from this big fold out thing. But yeah, I imagine this would be very, very cool as a vinyl if it had the same package. But yes, that is Homework by Daft Punk. I also love, obviously the album cover is very sort of simple, but I like this style because it's like consistent. So like Discovery, the next album, like the few elements, because it's always the same like Daft Punk logo, but the few elements that do change, like the texture, the colors and everything, I think really suit the album. So like Discovery, and then A Human After All, and then I like that with Random Access Memories. It's completely different. It's just you know, the robots, their faces like in half, which I think is like representative of the like departure in sound of that album. But yeah, anyways, we are at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, so I don't think we're gonna get through more than the CDs that I have here. But there was also one I had particularly a lot to say about. Next up we have Faith by George Michael. George Michael, such an iconic album cover. This I got when I was in university. Many of these I got when I was in university, when there used to be the mall that was kind of close to our campus. It used to have a shop called Musica, which used to be like the big chain like music store. Now it's defunct. But yeah, I used to go there maybe like once a month. My sort of little present to myself would be buying a CD. And this was the days before I used Spotify. So I would actually I would get the MP3s off the CD and then actually use them to listen to the music on my phone. Because I wasn't like streaming on Spotify or any other streaming service at that time. But yeah, Faith, George Michael, 2 CDs. Of course, both of them are in my car. I do love, and then I'll show you the back as well. Quite simplistic. I do love in all of, I have I think 3 George Michael, 3 or 2? 3, I have 3 George Michael like physical CDs, and they all have a wonderful little message over here. So this one says, I can't like read and show you at the same time. It says, "These songs are the results of the last 2 years of my life. They are dedicated to my family and friends whose loyalty and time are more important to me than ever before. Love as always, George, 1987. I'll show you as well. Just so cute, so sweet and wonderful. Yeah, this to me is like almost a perfect album. It kind of hits on everything you need. It has like really fun, cool songs, and also like very like in your feels, kind of sentimental songs as well. What's my favorite? Depends. I feel like every song on here has been my favorite at some point. Hard Day. Hard Day is such a fucking banger, but I don't know. I think maybe Father Figure, Monkey. I love all the tracks on this album, to be honest with you. Yeah, even like I Want Your Sex, which takes the title makes it seem like it's a lot more like seedy and like scandalous than it is. It's actually quite a like tender song about sex, which I think is quite nice. And then yeah, Father Figure, and then some of the there was one like extra track that I really liked. I'm trying to figure out which one it was. I think it was one of the Monkey remixes, or maybe A Hard Day. But anyways, yeah, Faith, George Michael, 1987, his first solo album after 4 albums with Wham, Wham, Wham. And yeah, one of my favorites. I feel like I could listen to this album almost any day when I just feel like listening to music. So yeah, as I said, I got it when I was in university. But yeah, Faith, this is remastered, if I didn't mention that. And this remastered edition came out in 2010. But yeah, let's move on to next one. Another album that I got from my like university music days. Another like pretty highly regarded like pop album, like Faith, but a little older. The Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, a very like highly regarded among people of like 70s like rockish music. I don't know what made me want to listen to this album initially, because I generally am not into like 70s rock stuff, with like a few, I mean David Bowie probably being the biggest exception, but even David Bowie stuff is quite like unique, whereas like this is way more kind of, at least to me, like kind of normalish like 70s stuff. But I think I just listened to a few tracks. I think probably The Chain, which is like the big song of this album, and I thought, wow, that's like really cool, and then I got into it. Anywho, this is Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. The wonderful cover over here with, I think that's Mick Fleetwood. And then and then is that her name is escaping me, I'm so ashamed. Anywho, my favorite, and yeah, this one has a lot of like bonus material and stuff, which I think, yeah, the bonus tracks I still have in here, because I do not really care for them that much. The actual album is in my car. Here you have the band with, let me see if I can point to him. There we go, with our boy Lindsay Buckingham. There was a time when I looked a lot like he does, like in this era, because I used to have, when I was in university, believe it or not, I used to have like a full kind of, I used to have like a chin beard as well, along with a stash, and my hair was like exceptionally floofy some days, and so I thought at least I looked a lot like Lindsay Buckingham at times. But yeah, let me see if I can get the up out. Yeah, lots of, particularly in like this picture, because this is kind of my vibe. Like I wear like button-up shirts with like the first 3 buttons undone pretty often. So yeah, there's some blurbs, some nice like press photos of the band, and then I believe we have lyric sheets. Nice little collage of pictures. We do have lyric sheets. Look, I made a correction over here, which I think is pretty funny. I love when albums have lyric sheets in them. Just so then when I want to look up lyrics, I can like do it offline. I don't have to like Google them. I can just like look. It just feels it's nice to have a booklet in your hand with all the words on them. My favorite track, probably Stevie Nicks. Oh my god, how could I forget? My favorite track, Secondhand News. I mean the chain obviously, but as I said, I'm gonna try to choose the like the ones that weren't like the big mainstream singles. I really like the Lindsay Buckingham stuff. Maybe it's because I thought I looked like him, so I was like, ooh, I can relate for whatever reason. But also, I don't know, I just like them. Secondhand News, Never Going Back Again. Yeah, what else? I don't want to know. Obviously, as I said, the chain. Dreams as well. But yeah, for me, the Lindsay Buckingham songs for some reason really resonated with me when I first was listening to this album quite a lot in university. So, Secondhand News and Never Going Back Again. Yeah. We have more kind of pictures like around the album cover shoot, I would guess. But yeah, rumors. Next, I think let's continue doing those like bought around the same era, like when I was in university. Clouds by Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell. I had heard a lot about Joni Mitchell. I'd probably listened to a few songs of hers, and then I remember I was either gonna buy. Actually, I think my original plan was to buy Kate Bush, Hounds of Love. But it was so expensive. It was like a super deluxe edition. It was like 360 rand. And I was like, no, it's fine. And then this was only like 100 rand. And so I got this, and I've really enjoyed this album. And after now, I've listened to many other of Joni Mitchell's works. This is probably still my favorite album of hers. And I am yet to add a Kate Bush album to my CD to my collection since that day. It's like my great. A Kate Bush physical CD is like my Moby Dick at this point. Every time I'm in like a secondhand like thrift store like CD shop, I look for a Kate Bush CD and I cannot find one. And I always feel like that day I could have done it, but I got this instead. But also I love this album, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, wonderful painting. This is by Joni Mitchell herself. And I will always hate Joe Rogan because I believe, if I remember correctly, she like took all of her albums off because Joe Rogan was like saying some shit on his like podcast, which is like on Spotify. And then she took all of her music off Spotify, which is annoying because I use Spotify. But I do still have, since I have like YouTube Music Premium, because I have YouTube Premium, so I just listen to my Joni stuff one day if I ever feel like it. This quite a simple booklet. It's just the lyrics, but I'm not complaining. I do love, as I said, an old lyric booklet. Also, I have this cute little image, some butterfly people. Yeah, my favorite. I'm gonna choose Gallery, The Gallery. Oh, I lost myself there. I am gonna choose The Gallery, Roses Blue. I love all these songs. Again, this is one of my favorite albums. But if I had to choose one that like I really find cool, I would say The Gallery. Of course, Clouds is so iconic and wonderful, and I love that song as well. But for the oob deep cut, I'm gonna go for The Gallery. And Roses Blue, number 2, Both Sides Now Not Clouds. That's the title of that song. But yeah, let me try to fold it back carefully. And guys, I've been going for like 19 minutes already. That's crazy. This one also had 2 CDs. No, this. I put the booklet back into the Fleetwood Mac case. Anyways, let's put it now into the correct case. yeah, only one CD, and then the back again is more like a landscape half of the painting, and then if you can see the song titles are kind of hard to read at the back, but yeah, oh, you can see Joni's signature here, 1969. Wonderful, wonderful. This one, I think I got this because it was super cheap. It was like 20 rand, which, as I said, like the Joni Mitchell one was like 100 rand, so this like cost almost nothing. It's like the same cost as like a loaf of bread. Just to give you an idea. This is from Animal Collective, Centipede Hurts. I had heard of the Animal Collective, and I was like, and I knew they made like kind of avant-garde-ish kind of pop music, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, it's the same cost as like a loaf of bread, I might as well just buy it. Yeah, I have not listened to this album many times. I think it was honestly, I couldn't even tell you the name of any of the songs, but I just bought it because it was cheap and on like a super sale, and I was like, I've heard Animal Collective before. From what I remember, looking at the titles now, Wide-Eyed, if I'm remembering that melody correctly. This came out in 2012, apparently. But yeah, this one's just a weird outlier. I bought it because it was super cheap one day. And I might actually maybe listen to the album again on Spotify now that it's in my head. But yeah. Kind of a weird one. Centipede Hurts by Animal Collective. Next up, I have two that I got second hand. I will start with the Robert Palmer. This was in like a kind of market. It was actually, yeah, in like a market outside of a grocery store. This is not the actual album cover that was on the front. It was this actual picture of Robert Palmer, which is nice. You know, Robert Palmer is a dapper, dashing looking individual, but I thought the little image was a little bit cooler, so I used that as the cover. No lyrics for this one, I don't believe. Oh no, we do have lyrics, I just didn't unfold it correctly. We do have a lyric sheet over here, which is very nice. Yeah, this, I guess famously this has Simply Irresistible, which is one of those tracks I heard a lot growing up from like my parents, like 80s greatest hits stuff, and I just really liked it. It's quite fun and cool. How can it be permissible? She compromised my principle. Easily my favorite track on here is Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming. The version, specifically the version on this CD, because the version of Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming that is on streaming services is completely different and I don't like it at all. But the version on here is so fucking good. It's my favorite track on the album by far, but it's not on Spotify, which is super annoying. But yeah. Yeah, it's easily Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming. This was 1988, which is the year that American Psycho takes place, because the song features in the movie / book. I haven't read the book, I have the book over here. But, yeah. Tell me I'm not dreaming. Anyways, the final CD for this part 1 of this collection is, again, one of my, like, in the same vein as like Faith, as like I could listen to this album at any time. It's so great. We have The Lion and the Cobra by Sinead O'Connor. Fucking incredible album cover. If I ever go bald, I'm gonna do a photo shoot and recreate this image. So awesome. My favorite track is Jerusalem. It's so fucking good. It's such a banger, dude. The first track as well, Jackie, is also so cool. Jackie is about a ghost whose lover, husband, I think, got lost at sea, and it's about her, like, now haunting. It's so, listen to the song, man, Jackie. It's so incredible, and it like has the slow, bold, yeah, yeah, Sinead's vocals are just so fucking good. Yeah, I just love this album. As I said, Jerusalem and Jackie are my two faves. I'll show you the back, a little bit difficult to read. You can see yourself there, your reflection. Just taking the booklet out. We have a little quotation at the back which reads, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent." Question mark. I wasn't sure how to phrase that question. We have also a cute little message here, a thank you. "Thanks to all my family and Kim Bowen, Kate Gardner, BB Fallon." I'm going to read them all. I'm not going to skip. It's quite a long list. I might as well. BB Fallon, Colin, Susie, Dick. Is that Ali? Ali, Mike, Spike, John, and Rob. John Maybury, Leslie Weiner, Kevin Mooney, Adrian Ashling, Julia Marcus, Doreen Lauder, Ethne Brohonian. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Roma and Nikki, Pat Savage, and John Kennedy. Special thanks to John D. Reynolds and our baby Jake, very cute. Extra special thanks to Fachtna, my greatest source of encouragement and criticism, my biggest influence and my best friend. Quite a cute little message there from Sinead. We have a few cool pictures of her as well. Here we have credits, another awesome picture. And no lyrics, unfortunately, but that is okay. And it also says here this record is dedicated to my mother. We have some text over here which I cannot read. And yeah, the lion and the cobra. One of my favorites. I started whispering there. This is actually a soft-spoken video. But anywho, those are, was that like 7? 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 7 CDs. But yeah, I'll do a part 2 a little later. Actually, because I'm looking, at this pace we'd need to do like 4 parts, but we'll see. I'll definitely do at least one other of these. Again, I'm whispering when this is a soft-spoken video. I'll definitely do another one of these later in the week because I am on leave. I'm on vacation until the 5th of Jan, so I have lots of time. So I will definitely film another one of these later on in the week. Thank you for spending this time with me. Yeah, I will see you in the next one.